Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. And today basically I'm going to be doing a get ready with me nighttime edition. So I just finished washing my face. This is why I look crazy. Let's just take the clip out. And I usually put this headband so my hair doesn't get wet. The reason for this video or this YouTube channel is because it's something that I've been wanting to do for a long time already, but honestly, I've been nervous about it because it's like I literally have a camera with me whenever I decide to vlog, and I'm camera shy even though I like to take pictures. Does that even make sense? I don't know, but to me it does. I was reading a book. It's from Russ. It's All in Your Head. Get Out Your Way by Russ. If you guys know Russ, that is he's a singer, artist, producer as well. And my brother bought me this book when it first was released. So it was autographed by Russ himself. So I'm really grateful for this book because I'm honestly into chapter 5, which is called The Game. And basically, it's a new year. It is currently January 7th. And after reading those 5 chapters, I don't know, it just made me feel like, you know what? Like, you need to believe in yourself, basically. Despite what anyone thinks, you need to put yourself out there. You need to do what you have to do to make what you want to do successful. So basically, in within those chapters, Russ talks about when he was like 7 or 9 years old. Don't quote me on that, but he talks about how he was always persistent with himself. He was producing beats, and he said, "I am going to be successful. I am going to be famous. I am going to be known. My songs are going to hit platinum, and all of this other stuff." So basically, he manifested what it was that he wanted to become and what he is today. So basically, I did a vision board with a whole bunch of stuff, and I was like, you know what? Let me just start my first YouTube channel and see how that goes. Here we are today, video number 2, me introducing myself to you. And like I said, my name is Yolanda, and I am from New York City. I am 30 years old, and welcome to my channel. So click the like button and subscribe, and basically stay tuned for what's to come. So today's video is basically a just get ready with me nighttime version. If I didn't say that again, or if I said it, sorry. Last year, I ran the New York City Marathon. I love to run. I feel like running is inspiring. It pushes me. It keeps me sane. And I started running 5 years ago when my daughter passed away. And my daughter's name is Chloe. She was born March 15, 2014. So if you see anything with like CLS or 315, that symbolizes my daughter, as well as butterflies. I love butterflies. They are very meaningful to me, and they represent Chloe to me. So that's why I abbreviate those things to find her, if that makes sense. What I'm doing now is I'm applying a under eye cream. It's called Believe Moisturizing Eye Balm. So this is what it looks like. I hope my camera is clear enough for you guys to see this. So what I do is basically I put this at nighttime after I wash my face, and I use this finger because it's the lightest finger. So this is what I do, and I just like smear it off, put it around the eye, and just do the same thing with the other eye. And I'm a little bit shaky because like I said, I've never done this before, so I am a tad bit nervous. I will overcome that feeling. And excuse my voice at the moments if I sound a little bit manly. I was sick, like I said in my previous video. I'm not sick anymore. It's just my asthma that acts up, and for some reason, my asthma makes me cough and makes me sound like this. My daughter was born March 15, 2014, and she passed away on June 9th, 2014. She was with me for 86 days, and those were the best. Those were the best 86 days of my life because I got to create memories with her. I took pictures. Unfortunately, things didn't work out. Sometimes it is not easy to talk about it because I get emotional. Sometimes it's just okay for me to talk about. And I think today is one of those days where I feel like it's okay to talk about it. So she passed away, and I started running to help me cope with how I was feeling. I used to cry every day. I had a big support system, my friends, my family, and so and so. But when you can't just express yourself to someone because they're not in your position, even if they're telling you, like advice, like, she's in a better place. You got to share memories. Other people don't, which am forever grateful for God allowing me to experience motherhood for that amount of time. I still consider myself a mother because even though my daughter's not here, it doesn't take away the fact that I gave birth to a child. Well, I had a C-section, but you guys get the point. So what I'm gonna do now is I'm going to look for my moisturizer. So at nighttime, I like to use the Tidal Brightening Enzyme Water Cream by Sunday Riley. And this is what it looks like. I don't use it every day, maybe like twice a week or so, just because I feel like sometimes it breaks me out. I'm not sure if it does break me out or not, to be honest, because I'm not gonna lie, I have been eating chocolate, and that sometimes breaks me out. Oh my god, I can't open it. All right, so I guess that's enough. No more for the face. So once I apply um my nighttime moisturizer, I like to go over with this cosmetics rolling thing, and I like to go roll it on my face like upward motion. I honestly don't know if this works, but I am willing to try. Enhance my youthfulness. If that makes any sense, because your girl is getting old. Oh, I'm probably covering the camera. Sorry, but yeah. So I'm gonna just be rolling this and finish talking about my part of my life, I guess you can say. I started running after the loss of my daughter, and it was something that honestly kept me sane. I felt like speaking to my friends and family wasn't enough wasn't enough for me. um I used to wake up every morning and go on Instagram and search baby loss, just because under that hashtag there were mothers who will basically post pictures, and basically on their description box will write what it was that they were going through if they lost a baby. And honestly, that was the only thing that helped me cope as well. Like, no mother should ever go through an experience of losing their child, and especially not knowing why was it that they couldn't keep their child. I mean, Chloe had a lot of complications when she was in my belly. At some point, when they did the anatomy ultrasound, some of her organs were invisible. So they were like, you should drink some water and come back like in 2 weeks or a week. That way, you can have enough fluid, and the ultrasound could be more clear. So I did that, but for some reason, it wasn't. I even had an amniocentesis, which is basically when they inject. No, they put this is it? Yeah, they inject this needle and they remove some type of fluid, which is the amniotic fluid that's inside your belly when you're pregnant, and they send it out for testing to make sure, basically, to see if there's anything wrong with your baby, like if they have Down syndrome and stuff like that. So everything came out clear. Um, I did find out on that test, Chloe was not a boy, she was a girl, because when I went for my gender ultrasound, my doctor was like, "Oh, looks like you're having a boy. Oh, you see that little thing? It is a boy." And whoops, was she wrong, because my baby was a girl, just like mommy had predicted. But when they say that mother instinct is right, yeah, I believe in it. Like I said, no mother should ever experience the loss of their child. Honestly, it's just like your world just falls apart. you lose yourself. You don't know what to do with yourself. You don't understand. You, if you believe in God like I do, you're mad at God because what is it that you did that He had to do this to you? So it took me a while to finally be at peace with the situation. At this moment, I just want to do the things that will make her known. I remember my first friend, like my first dog. I felt like liberated. I felt free. I felt like during that moment of running, I escaped from reality. I was zoned in into like the fresh air and just basically just running and hearing my footsteps on the floor. And then to be honest, at some point, it made me feel closer to her. My boss's wife actually is the one that got me into like running. When I say running, I mean like signing up for New York Road Runners, signing up for races. And she's like, you should do the marathon next year. Mind you, we're in the year 2014, like towards the end of 2014. And I was like, hell no, like I can't do that. I'm gonna run 26 miles. And I was just like, no, I can't even freaking run like a mile. I think my first race was my mini 10K, and I ran that with her. And honestly, when I received that medal, it was the best feeling in the world. Like I didn't know how to explain it. And I'm like, you know what? Like I am gonna do this. I'm gonna run the marathon. I'm gonna run these races, and I'm gonna dedicate this to my daughter. This is what makes me feel closer to her. So this is what I'm gonna do. And I did. I ran my first New York City marathon in 2016, and my time was 5 hours, 34 minutes, and 8 seconds. It was the hardest thing I could have ever done. I remember, I think it was at mile 20 or mile 19, crossing over the Willis Avenue. I was beat, like I was dead. My legs were like gone. Like when I'm telling you, I couldn't even lift up my leg because I was just like so cramped up. But I was determined to finish. I really didn't care about timing at that point. It was just more of the accomplishment and what it meant to me. So I finished and I got into running. I started running races. I started preparing myself for another marathon. So I ran New York City in 2016. I ran Philly in 2017. I ran Chicago in 2018. And last year, 2019, I ran the New York City Marathon again. But this time I did it for charity, which is for the March of Dimes. So March of Dimes is a foundation that I found while I was fresh, when all of this was fresh. Moms would log into the blogs and basically post. Basically, it was women that had experienced the same thing that I had experienced, encouraging one another, telling them that it is okay, that we are not to blame, that sometimes things just don't work out for us. It was something that touched me a lot. And I'm like, you know what? Maybe I should start fundraising for the March of Dimes. And little do I know that every year they host a March of Dimes walk in April. It's usually, I think, the second or third week in April. It's on a Sunday. I'm so grateful for this charity because when I'm telling you, they make you feel like you know them for the rest of your life. They do. They really do. And I'm I'm just so happy that I met them. I'm so happy that I get to fundraise and I get to raise money to help um with testing, research, basically to prevent prematurity. We want every woman to be healthy when she's pregnant. We want every mother to have every test that they need. For babies that are born too soon, we want to have all the equipment. We want to be acknowledged in everything that it is that we need, well, not we need, but they need to be to help the baby. I've been with the Marchadines for 5 years and I love helping them. And last year when I ran the New York City Marathon, I ran it to represent them because for the first time, I'm like, you know what? Let me just run for the charity that I decided to join when I first was experiencing with my heartbreak. And let me run, which is something that I love, which is something that represents my daughter. Basically, let me do these two things for a great cause. So I had to raise $4,000. I came out short. I didn't meet my goal, but that's okay. Because I decided to put everything out of, obviously, out of my pocket. And I wouldn't second guess it because I know it's going to something good. And like I said, I just want every baby to be born healthy and every mom during her pregnancy to have all the testing and all of these things available for her so her baby can be safe when they come into this world. So I ran the New York City Marathon last year, so that makes marathon number 4. It is 2020. I haven't signed up for a marathon. I don't know if I'm gonna run a marathon, but I haven't really been running because I was sick, but I'm slowly getting back into um, what I like to do. That's part of my life story. It's been 5 years, almost 6. Well, Chloe turned 6 in March, and then it makes 6 years in June. But it feels like it's been forever. Like, I feel like this has been something like part of my whole entire life, if that makes any sense. But it's not. But like I said, sometimes you need time for yourself. It is great to have a great support system, which is your friends and your family. And if you don't, I suggest you guys to, go on Google, look for foundations, charities, contribute to making everyone feel like a community type of thing where you can speak to each other, where you can write to each other, stuff like that. Even for like any other thing, like if you're feeling depressed and you feel like you're out of it or you need some motivation, like it is hard sometimes to open up and to talk to people about certain things because you don't know if they have the time to do or to listen to you basically. And sometimes you just don't want to bother anyone with your stuff. I know I don't like to bother anyone, even though my friends are like, you can talk to me whenever you want. If you're feeling like you need someone to talk to or listen to, just reach out to me, which I'm forever grateful for them even pointing that out. But sometimes I'm just like, eh, no, until like unless it's like when I'm really, really, really like out of it and like I'm losing it, you know, then I just reach out to them like, hey, I'm sorry, but I'm going through this and I'm just feeling very overwhelmed. Blah 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 blah. Oh, stop using this. That's a little bit about me. Basically, within the past 5 years, all I've been doing is working, training for marathons, finding ways to tell the world about my daughter because I want people to know about her. My life might sound so boring, but honestly, it's not. Sometimes it is overwhelming. I like to read, so I do have a bunch of books over there. I obviously like to watch TV. If you hear that in the background, it's because my TV is on channel 6, and I like to watch Friends. You know what's the crazy part? That my brother, we were all born in October, and when we were little, we used to go to doctor's appointments. Like I'm October 16, my other brother's October 19, and my youngest brother is October 23rd. Different year, of course. They'll be like, they'll tell my mom like, "Usted planeó esto?" And my mom was like, "No, así salieron." And they were like, hmm. And as I got older, I like to mention that, oh, I have 3 brothers and we were all born the same month. It's just interesting, the reaction that you get from people. But then at the same time, you get to share that month with them. What my mom likes to do is basically like my birthday will pass, she'll say happy birthday, give me a hug, whatever it is. Okay, same thing with my brothers. And then after my little brothers, the weekend of his birthday, basically, they still buy us a cake and they celebrate all of us, And to be honest, when I was younger, so yeah, I'm so emotional. Fun fact, I'm a very emotional person. When I start talking about like family and things I like to do and anything related with my daughter, I get like all teary. I love my brothers. Sometimes we just sit like in the living room or in the kitchen and we just start talking about random stuff. And yeah, it's just crazy how well, with my brothers, I never thought that I can sit with them and have a conversation, especially my little brother. That's somebody that I can go to. And like, if I'm ever experiencing something, I'm like, hey, I need like your advice or something. And he'll like be legit 100% blunt with me. And I love that about him. The same thing with my other brother, although I feel like sometimes he gets annoyed of like how I say certain things. But hey, we're siblings. We're not always gonna be 100% like super happy with each other, and we obviously we will have our moments. Social media, like being on Instagram, honestly sometimes is draining because all you see is all of these like world star, and these pages where they post women with like bouncing their cheeks and shit. Like that shit annoys me. That hella annoys me. Like I'm like, what the fuck? Like how is it that I'm on the train, let's say I'm sitting down, right, and I have this person standing up, and I open my Instagram app and I see a chick bouncing her cheeks, and it's like, oh shit, like, scroll really fast because I don't want the person to think like, oh, mira esta, she's looking at these things. What is she doing? So sometimes I don't like to be on Instagram. I used to post a lot last year because obviously I was trying to get people to fundraise. So if I did annoy you with my posts, I do apologize. Um, Years after, not I'm just kidding, months after, but I needed to get my contact out, and that's how I was told to do it, and I did it. I recently detox my Instagram. And what I mean by detox, I mean by like going on my Instagram, go to my following, and unfollow, 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 unfollow. Because when you're constantly seeing like negative energy or people just like talking out their ass, to me, that's just draining. I don't need to see this. It just puts me in like, ugh, like in this mood, like, what the hell? Like, why is this person saying this? Like, blah, blah, blah. You know what? Like, you're entitled to post whatever it is that you want to post. But if I feel like it's like ugh, to me, I'm just gonna like unfollow. Like, no offense, don't take it personal, but unfollow. And yeah, that's what I did. I unfollowed a bunch of people, a bunch of things that I was following, because it's 2020. It's all about positive vibes. It's all about the good energy. It's all about like the people that you surround yourself with is the people that basically gonna bring that good vibe to you. And that's what I want. I don't want to be surrounded by people that complain 24/7. I don't want to be surrounded by people that are going to be mad 24/7. I don't want to be surrounded by people that are going to be criticize everything that so and so does. Fun fact, sometimes when people meet me for the first time, think that I'm like standoffish, like I'm stuck up. That's the word, stuck up. When I was in high school, a lot of people used to think that I was stuck up, but honestly, once you get to know me, I'm a very chill, relaxed person. One thing for sure is I don't sugarcoat anything for anybody. So if I have something to say to you, I will tell you. All my friends know that I will let them know down to the gritty what it is that they need to know. If I feel like I need to tell them something, I will tell them something. Sometimes I do think about it like, but then I'm like, no, because at the end of the day, I would like my friends to be 100% honest with me. So I give back what I would like to get back. When I was in high school, people used to think that I was standoffish, I was stuck up. And honestly, I wasn't. I would say that people used to pick on me. And when I mean pick on me, I mean pick on me. I believe I was like on 10th grade. And when I tell you that I used to go out with this boy or guy, now that you want to call it. So now you see me getting comfortable. I used to go out with this guy, and I guess you could say he was kind of popular because he used to hang out with the popular people. Honestly, I never really thought that he was gonna be interested in me, but we were dating, we were going out, and one time I went to my locker, and in my locker, I found a note. And in that note, to be honest, I don't remember exactly what it said, but I do remember some parts. I think some part was like, "Oh, I can't believe so and so is so interested in you. You're so ugly, and this and that." Blah blah blah. Long story short, I ended up showing my boyfriend at the time the note, and I don't know how is it that he found out who I was, but when he told me who I was so shocked because honestly, I would have never ever thought that that person would write that letter and put it in my locker. Like, who does that? Like, why are you even like you have so much time that you're gonna sit there and write whatever it is you think about me? Like, what? If they made me feel some type of way, honestly, obviously I got over it, and I don't hold any grudges on anyone. I had girls freaking calling me private on my phone. I don't know how they got my phone number, talking about they want to f me up and they want to bite me. I remember at some point I was like scared because I never really got into a fight. Like I got into like little things. So my best friend, and she's like, you know what, like whatever, we're down. They want to fight, we're gonna fight. And when she hit me up, when I'm telling you, they used to call me like every other day. I'm like, you know what, you need to stop talking your shit, and you need to meet me in front of the store, in front of the school at this time. When I'm telling you that dumb girls did not show up, they didn't show up. And I'm like, all this blah, 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 but none of this, blah, blah, blah. So I'm like, you know what? I'm not even going to waste my energy with that. Like, whatever. So I walk the hallways and I would just like roll my eyes, like, whatever. That was high school. I'm over it. So what I use at night is the Glacier mangobomb.com. This right here is one of my holy grails. As you can see, it's running out. But I do have a couple. I have the Glossier birthday bomb.com. So I have this flavor, and in my jacket I have the grape flavor. Let's just use the mango for today's video. I hope you guys enjoyed this video, and I feel like this video is a long one, so I do apologize in advance, but it's just I wanted to share, excuse me, a little bit about me. And I know probably my stories were all over the place, but I was just talking as I went along, like as I was thinking. This is my nighttime routine. This is me now, 2020, recording my second YouTube video. That wraps up today's video. If you guys have any questions or any ideas that you guys would like me to do in my next video or discuss in my next video, just comment below. And like I said earlier, click the like button on this video and subscribe, and I'll see you guys on the next one.